Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Today, hey, we're jumping right into it. The past couple weeks, we've been talking about 2023 and some of the stats and trends and kind of what happened during, higher interest rates and inflations, right? And we talked about seeing a decrease in transactions, but we saw an increase in home values. We also talked about 2024 and what we would expect to happen, or what we're optimistically hoping for as time goes on. And along the way, we've had some great comments, some great feedback, some concern, right? There were some people that felt this area was becoming too high of a price point. And I think those folks have been around for a long time, right? So they maybe have gotten into the lake, or they've lived there for a decade or two, and they're starting to see this increase in appreciation in home values. And some people feel a certain way. Others are curious about, hey, what can you get at certain price points? And so we wanted to do this video and a couple more moving forward on, hey, what can you get Lake of the Ozarks for $500,000. And what we're gonna do is go and jump on my computer, and I'm gonna pull up the MLS, and we're gonna put in our search criteria, and we're gonna see what you can get for that price point. And I think we'll start with maybe single family homes. We probably won't move into the condo category, but we'll look at single family homes, lakefront. We'll also look at maybe some single family homes off lake on each of those categories, just to try to give you a perspective of what's out there. We know that inventory is low, right? It's lower than what it has been historically, but we're also in the middle of winter. And so as time goes on, you'll start to see more and more properties come up on the market. And so if your time now is great, if your time is in the future, great. But obviously what we want to do is get you on a home search so you can see exactly what's available. So what we're going to do real quick is I'm going to go jump in the office. I'm going to pull up the MLS. We're going to click around a little bit, and I'm going to show you what you can get for $500,000. Let's go. All right, guys, here we go. I've jumped into the office, and I've done this before, right? And we've pulled up the MLS, and we've clicked around and taken a look at different properties and different parts of the lake and different price points of homes. And I want to do it again, but I want to do it very specifically for around this $500,000 kind of price point to start with. And what we're going to do is take a look at some single family home options that are lakefront, and I want to show some single family options that are off lake options as well. And so I haven't really looked too far into this search, and so part of it's just going to be unscripted. But while I was getting things set up, there were a few things that were kind of eye-opening to me. And so like normal, I'm going to figure out how to shrink myself into the bottom. And what I want to do first is just obviously show location of where we are and point out a few things before we actually set up our home search. So where is the Ozarks, right? Pull up a map of Missouri. You have Kansas City on one side of Missouri. You have St. Louis on the other. If you go to the middle around Columbia and go straight down, that's where you're going to find the lake. That's also where you're going to find 1,524 listings on the MLS. Now, there is no filter on this. This is literally every condo, home, piece of land, manufactured home. Like, this is everything that could be listed on the MLS right now. And so I wanted to show you that number because it seems like a big number, but as we start to do our filtering, you're obviously going to see that number drastically shrink. And I think in years past, that number was much larger, and it slowly is not as large. But I think also it's wintertime, and so there's not a lot of real estate activity. Even though this number seems big, we're going to jump in and we're going to do some filters. So up here is our filter searches, and we're going to look at for sale properties and coming soon. Those are the two that we're going to look at. But for home types, we're going to take away condos, townhouses, and all this other stuff. So you have 1524, but if you just look at single family homes, that drops down to 413. So pretty big drastic change when you take out the condos and the land and the commercial and all that other stuff. You get a pretty big drastic change and drop. So price point of a home, I want to start from 400 to 600, right? Again, we're at 413 and you're down to 85 within that price range. The filters for bedrooms and bathrooms, we would obviously specifically set that up for your wants and needs. I'm going to leave it alone for now. And then what I want to do is look at very specifically just lakefront water options. So I think we were in the 40s. Now we drop into around 34. And so 34 lakefront options available right now between 400 and 600. And as you scroll in, you start to see them uncover themselves. And they're kind of spread out. They're up towards Gravius Mills. They're down towards the tail of the Dragon. There's 24 opportunities kind of in the Hardish area here. So there are plenty of opportunities, but with those opportunities also comes location. And so depending on what you're looking for and where you want to be, this lake is unique that it looks smallish, but it is challenging to get around, right? We've talked about it many times. There's the toll bridge that's right here, and there's Hurricane Deck down here. And so depending on if you live on, either side of the lake, if you have to get over into this Osage area, or you have to come down into Camdenton, you could be looking at a little bit of a longer drive if you're towards the northern part of the lake. And then obviously with that, you're going to have a little less opportunities. So even though there's 30 or 40 some, properties available, if this is your search radius, then really you only have maybe 10 or 15. And so it gives you kind of perspective of, oh, hey, I don't want to be in the heart of the lake. I don't want to be in congestion. I want a little bit of, separation. I'm okay with a little bit of a commute. Okay, cool. I've talked about it before, right? We live down right off of this cove. And so for us, Camdenton is our main kind of hub with options to go up into Osage. So we're okay with a little bit of a drive, and everything you need is right there in Camdenton, or there's a grocery store up in Sunrise. But if you also were looking for the same things and you wanted to be on, the east side of Hurricane Deck right here, then you can realize that you actually have limited options. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7-ish options. And so that's not a lot, right? That's not a lot to choose from. And it just depends on, again, what you're looking for. If you wanted to be more down in the Camdenton area or a little bit closer, there are some options. So the point of all of that is like, yes, there are 40, 50 options at any kind of given time, but depending on where you want to live, that number is going to shrink even more. But there are a lot of good choices. And just to kind of scroll out to see them all, you can look over here on this side and you can see a few things. So when you scroll out, you can see pretty much the entire area and what's available. And over here on the left-hand side, you can start to see some of the properties, right? And, you're going to have, as we scroll down this, you'll see new listings. You'll also see some price decreases. Okay, so this is the opportunity for a deal if we needed it. So new listings, pretty much right up here on top. A lot of good choices and options. Everything is lakefront. Now we're out of the new listings, homes that have been on the market for a little bit. So there's a lot of, still good choices. It just depends on where do you want to be on the lake? Where are these properties on the lake? What is it that you and your family are looking for? So here's one at $495, $500. I haven't even looked at this, but we can scroll some of these pictures. This is almost a unicorn, right? This is a flat lot. The inside probably needs a little bit of love and update, but that's a pretty good sized lot and pretty flat. It's got a long one single well dock, so there's room for improvement, room for upgrade, but also probably why it's at the price point that it is. Most of the properties, when we talk to people, they ask about the steepness and other things of the land and the driveways, and that's a thing. So if you found anything that was relatively flat, good for you. Here's a new build. Now this one pops up as lakefront, but clearly that's not lakefront, so they must have that one listed wrong. So you can see, right, there are definitely choices. There's definitely options. Depends on who you are, what you're looking for, how long it's been on the market, location of the property, what you're using it for, single family home for your, owner occupied for your family to move into right away. Are you looking for a cabin or a vacation home for the family? Are we retiring permanently? Is this all just purely investment opportunities? A lot of deck space, a lot of entertainment space. You got a big dock down here. So it's fun to scroll and look at these. This is what your home search would look like depending on what you need, what you're looking for. The interior of this one seems to be pretty well maintained, maybe even newly remodeled. Looks like a great beach home, vacation home, investment home, great dock, great views. It's interesting when we talk to a lot of people too, they're more interested in what does the back of the home and the dock look like compared to anything else. So this gives you an overview. You have your parking spots up here, your stairs going down into the property. So you can tell that this is a steeper embankment than some of those other ones that we looked at. Up on stilts a little bit. Good thing you have a walkway going down there. It's a unique property. Might be for some, might not be for others. So you have some choices. If you wanted to be on the water, you have opportunities. This is a great dock with the jet skis off the side with the platform, swim platform. This is a great opportunity for, all of those same reasons. And so that puts a little bit in perspective, right? What we know with this particular home search is, again, if we scroll out, that there's around, 30 some opportunities with our home search. So if we go back up and we take away the waterfront option and we can look at everything else that's around there, you almost double it, or you do double it. You get more opportunities if you're looking for something that's off lake. So for those that are interested in this Camdenton area, you can find some properties in this price point that are again off lake. Here's one at $575, $415. And the kind of home you get with the space you get when you are not on the water is pretty impressive, right? And if being directly on the water is a must-have, great. If it's not, and you just want to have lake access, there's plenty of marinas where you can rent boat slips. There's plenty of opportunities, but this property looks practically brand new, well maintained. You have a lot of woods around you. You have elbow space from your neighbors. That's what it looks like now. This is what it looks like if you decide to add sides. So, but a brand new build, right? Great opportunity. Owner occupied for your family. Why not? Everything is spanking new. So great opportunities once you get on kind of the outskirts. If you want a lot of land and opportunity out here, elbow space. You're close to the lake, but you're not directly on it. This one, a lot of people would love. I get a lot of conversations around, hey, I need an outbuilding or a shop for my business. Well, there it is, right? Great home, great location, and you have the space for your shop. Go a little further out. Okay. If you wanted to be up towards the northern part, towards the dam, there's options up there. I haven't been to Eldon yet, but I hear Eldon is a nice town. Here's a home that's not on the lake, but it's got a pond out back. So, and you got your shed or your outbuilding for your shop. Like, it's super cool. These are a lot of great opportunities, if you didn't need something directly on the water. Well, that was cool. Let's see what else we have. Okay. You guys are starting to get the idea here. All I saw was a rocking chair and peace and tranquil right there. Doesn't that look nice? I could probably hang out right there. There's 2 chairs, one for my wife. Cool. A little corner lot, a little waterfront. Works for me. So all I wanted to do is, again, try to give you perspective on what's available for around that, $500 or $500,000 price point. You can see there's a lot of stuff. Again, depending on your needs and what you're looking for. But hopefully, right, I just wanted to click on here and show you a number. Depending on what your home search is, your number would, adjust, tweak, change as well, right? Once you get into bedrooms and bathrooms, if you wanted to specifically look at condos, all of those things. But, that right there is 85 homes within a $400,000 to $600,000 price point, single family homes in our area. So we'll jump out of here, but I hope that was helpful for you. All right, guys. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that put some things in perspective and really showed some opportunities, right? I mean, even though inventory might be a little low, I think there are still some great options that are out there. And of course, it just depends on who you are and what stage of life you're in and what you're looking to accomplish and all of your whys, okay? And so single family owner occupied home for you and your family, great. If you're looking for investment opportunities, that's great. You have plenty of those options around the lake. If you're just looking for a second home, vacation, kind of generational home, and when you're not using it, you can short-term rental it. All of those things are possible. And I think that's a really good price point for all of those categories. So I hope that was helpful. If there's more things that I can do, again, shoot me a call, text, email, do a Zoom call with me, reach out, let me know what I can do to help you. And until then, we'll see you on the next video.